Right. Welcome to Asian Movie Pulse interviews. We have with us the very talented Manoj Bajpayee today. Manoj, how are you?
Very well, very well. How have been?
Right. So your film, The Fable, is screening at the Singapore International Film Festival, which is where you join us from. You play a character called Dave in that. Could you please, how do you describe Dave?
Dave is somebody, when the film begins, is somebody who's reached a stage of his life where, he's seen it all, he's done it all, and somewhere uh, he is on the verge of leaving everything that he thought uh, uh, were important in his life.
Mhm.
Uh, in a sense, all the materialistic gains and the ambitions that he ever had, he's somewhere beyond that today. Today he is very happy when he is not with uh, anything that that is called materialistic, that is called attachment.
Mhm.
He just wants to fly away. He just wants to leave everything and go away and and just be with his imagination, be with his own inner self. And he's a conflicted guy. He's somebody who is a very good father, very focused, but at the same time, someone who is also looking for peace, inner peace, away from his family, away from his estate in the mountain.
Mhm.
Uh, with his being, you can see that he must have been somebody who was who always took great pride in his lineage, in the history of his family. But today he is someone who is completely gone beyond all of that, and is
Right.
looking for things which can fill him up uh, spiritually.
Right. Okay. So what exactly was it that drove you to this role? And in general, how do you pick the roles that you play?
All of those things I just said about Dave, you know, uh, became the reason to do this film, because I was also going through the same inner turmoil. I was also conflicted as to what is important, the materialistic ambition, or the inner peace, or the inner search. Uh, and somewhere when I read the script, I felt that everything about Dave is something uh, I started to feel very recently.
Mhm.
So that's where I could relate to Dave, right?
Right.
And that's where I could understand his conflict and his inner turmoil.
Right. Okay. Obviously, Dave goes through a very intense transformation throughout the story, from the loving family man that you said to a rather vengeful boss. So how did you approach this transformation and, how difficult was it to essentially portray such two different characters in one?
How it was a long process, long preparation time that Ram Reddy, was my director,
Hmm.
demanded from me, and I always, both of us sat on the script for a very long time. We rehearsed, we read the script more than 100 times. We rehearsed when it was needed, sometime without actors, sometime with the actors. So yeah, I mean, each and every film demands a certain kind of process and preparation time from you.
Hmm.
And when a director like Ram Reddy, who is completely uncompromising, somebody who wants to reach the perfection stage,
Hmm.
uh, and perfection is something which is very vague. Okay,
Sure.
there is nothing called perfection. But
Absolutely.
somebody like Ram Reddy, he wants to reach a definition of perfection, which he thinks is the definition,
Right.
and that's a long and arduous task.
Hmm. Right. This is one of your violent roles. How did you approach that aspect of this
It's
character?
not a violent role. It's
Hmm.
not a violent role at all. It's
Hmm.
a it's a violence that Dave is surrounded by.
Right.
When I'm saying violence, it's not about killing.
Hmm.
It's not about killing. It's the It's the surrounding which he finds very chaotic. It's the
Mhm.
surrounding which he finds very angry. It's the surrounding that he finds uh, uh, angry. Okay,
Mhm.
uh, and that is where, somewhere he wants to align himself. He wants to focus on his own inner self, but somewhere the surrounding is taking him, distracting him with all
Right.
his anger, all his conflicts.
Mhm.
And so it's a battle between his inner self and his outer self.
Right. Cool. Also, one of the points that the film makes is, how racism and consequently violence is first instigated and then applied. So, what is your opinion on this subject?
Okay, the society that we live in
Hmm.
is 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 something, and that too particularly in the time that we are living.
Hmm.
Violence is existing in all kind of forms, right?
Right.
Where the things between humans
Hmm.
are diminishing, right?
Right.
It's kind of at its lowest right. In
Right.
this kind of a conflict, high intensity conflict time,
Hmm.
each and every individual is getting affected by it. So the the human beings are going through the toughest time,
Hmm.
uh, not by anybody else, by two things. One is the environment, and the other with their fellow humans.
Right.
Okay, so, so the film is actually saying everything that we are living in
Hmm.
at this point of time, but very symbolically,
Hmm.
through its own gentle story. I
Right.
just hope that people relate to the story when they watch the film.
Fantastic. Yeah. Also, going back to Dev for just a second, you said that he's a character that you sort of you went through a similar journey. Do you think that you could, if you met him in real life, you could probably be friends with him?
I didn't get you.
The character, if you met him in real life, would you be friends with him?
I definitely, as I said in the beginning itself,
Hmm.
Dave is the character that I relate to.
Hmm.
Dave's conflict, I feel that it has been my conflict, and
Hmm.
somewhere because of that, I feel that I understand Dave much more than anyone.
Right. Perfect. Also, you touched upon it already briefly, but could you please tell us a bit more about your cooperation with Ram Reddy?
Uh, Ram is way more junior to me, way more younger to me,
Hmm.
but you know, uh, Ram's relationship with me also has been of a big brother and a younger brother.
Okay.
But in this case, the younger brother is far more uh, expressive,
Right.
far more intelligent,
Hmm.
uh, and far more cinema geek than me. Okay,
Right.
so being with him on the set, off the set, has been so rewarding. I
Hmm.
learned a lot as a human being and as an actor. He pushed me a
Hmm.
great deal to find my new self,
Right.
new actor, new
Hmm.
dimension of my actor. So
Right.
I'll always be very, very grateful to him for all the experiences and moments that we have shared
Right.
and spent together.
Awesome. And also, if you could please tell us a bit about the cooperation with Priyanka Bose and how that went.
Priyanka is a Priyanka is a philosopher. Priyanka is not only a very good, accomplished actor.
Hmm.
Uh, Priyanka is also a rebel in her own right, rebelling with the situation that she is in, rebelling as an actor.
Right.
The stereotypes of the industry, the stereotype of all the definition which persist and exist.
Hmm.
Uh, so this that part of Priyanka is something that I really adore about, admire about.
Right. Okay. Also, you've been acting for decades now. I think Drokal and Bandit Queen celebrate 30 years this year.
Yeah, two
So,
decades.
I
Okay.
just, yeah. So I just wanted to ask, what are some of the important changes that you have seen in the industry and how have you changed as an actor, do you think?
I mean, the changes are for everyone to see. It's not
Hmm.
something which I have only seen. From a very disorganized, chaotic industry, now we have an organized
Hmm.
industry, from a no script to only script,
Right.
from from web from the time when talents were the secondary to the time when talent is the only thing that people are talking about.
Right.
So from the time when there was hardly any woman's presence on the set to a time when the presence of women on the set is as equal to the men
Right.
on the set. So the industry has changed a great deal today.
Hmm.
I just hope that after COVID, things have slowed down uh, uh, in a big way. I just hope that it it comes up alive. It starts buzzing and rocking, once again as it used to be
Right.
around 5 years back.
Right. Here's hoping. Also, the Fable has been, winning multiple awards at film festivals, both domestically and internationally. And you yourself have received several awards throughout your career at festivals. But in a day and age where so much importance is placed on commercial success, do these do does it still feel satisfying when a work is lauded this way?
I didn't get you. It was breaking. Tell me
Right.
again.
In a day and age when so much emphasis is being placed on commercial success of a project, do these awards and do this felicitation still feel satisfying?
No, the more than felicitation and the awards, uh, what for me, cinema as a medium art has always, uh, you know, captivated me as an
Hmm.
actor.
Hmm.
And also the ability for each and every film to reach a larger and larger audience. Always, I found it uh, quite important and quite fascinating for me. So if I make a film, it can travel to so many countries and so many people, and
Right.
each and every audience member becomes very important for me and becomes the spokesperson for the film. Right?
Right.
Fable has gone to many of the great films. It has been seen by the packed houses, full house, and all of those people play a very important role when it comes to spreading good words about the film. Right?
Absolutely.
Success of the film is can only be measured by two things. One is if you are focusing a lot on the money and the box office,
Hmm.
then for that you have to go watch a mainstream films.
Right.
uh, because mainstream commercial films uh, are something which is watched by umpteen numbers of people because they find entertainment is the primary role of a cinema. But
Right.
um, for me, an artistic cinema has a bigger role to play because a cinema which is experimenting in storytelling,
Hmm.
which is focusing on the story and the dimensions of the story and the characters.
Hmm.
I think it adds to the growth of cinema in any country. So
Right.
all those good films from the 40s till now
Hmm.
have played a great role for the cinema to grow and be a soft power uh,
Hmm.
in the in time is very important for me.
Right.
I don't look down upon mainstream cinema. I sometimes work in them,
Hmm.
but I work in them to empower myself so that market can let me do the films that I want to do.
Right.
Films like Dispatch or Forum or
Mhm.
Bhosle or Fable. Okay,
Right.
because this is where I feel that I grow as an actor.
Right. Perfect. Thank you very much. Lastly, I'd like to ask you if you could give us some details about what to expect from Manoj Bajpayee next as to what sort of projects you're working in the future.
Dispatch is coming on 13th. What?
So,
Dispatch is coming on 13th December.
mm-hmm.
It's on Z5. You can Z Global. You can actually source it here in Singapore. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how you're going to source it
Right.
and watch it. Dispatch is directed by one of the best of this generation, Kanu
Mm-hmm.
Behed.
Right.
Please watch this film, and
Mhm.
it is being talked about that the good words are spreading out the film.
Right.
And next year, then Family Man season 3 will be coming.
Okay.
Then there is Then there is a film produced by Rana Dugubati.
Hmm.
The name, they are still thinking about the name of the film. A great story. We finished the film and now it is in post production.
Okay.
Then the Fable will release, and then I'm about to start shooting for two more Netflix films.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
I mean, God has been great.
Brilliant. No, thank you. We are looking forward to, especially the dispatch. Hopefully we get to see it pretty soon.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
very much. Please watch the film Dispatch. And tonight, if Singapore is free, please come and
Mhm.
spend some time watching Fable.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Manoj.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.